Hello, here we go. Quick video on, well, maybe not so quick, on a 2012 Chevrolet Avalanche. We're going to put in some ride leveling blocks in the rear. So it's already been lowered. It's had drop spindles put in the front, and it's down probably 6 inches in the front, 8 inches at the back. The problem is the back was a little bit lower than the front, and probably people didn't notice it, but you know, it bugged me. It's running Built-Tech Street Performance shocks. I've taken all the boring bits out. There's no need to see what's going on with taking off the shocks. There's only a bolt down there, a couple of jacks. Just be work safe. There's a stand under there. There's like I said, there's no need for anyone to see all the bits and pieces involved. If you need to see all the bits and pieces involved, you probably don't need to do this job. It's too complex for you. Spring compressors are on there. It's pulled the spring down to a reasonable sort of height. Hopefully we'll be able to pull the spring out. This is the raising block. It's a solid aluminium lump, 65mm in height, 20mm up that way. There's a plastic spacer under there already for when I did the lowering of the back of the car. A spacer came with the spring. So this is a Built-Tech spring. There's a serial number. There's not many of these things in Australia, so maybe the guys in the US are going to get more out of this than what the guys in Australia will. But what you basically do, the bag here is a has it got a split? No, it's all right. It's a load helper. So what it does, you're carrying a heavy load. I've got a compressor over there on board. You hit the button, this expands out and holds the spring and stops the compression. So that's all good there. That comes out of here, comes off. So the base of the spring looks like that. That is a Built-Tech part that came with the kit. So what I'll be doing is taking that out, replacing it with that. It should raise it that extra 30mm or 40mm. To where it's going to be back to level in the rear end. Wasn't sinking that much, it was just enough to annoy me. The air ride's been taken out of this, obviously, so I put a resistor in here to stop the air ride throwing up faults. Man, I love this truck, seriously. I'm going to do a video on it later. It's 2012. I've had it for 10 years. Nearly 13 years. They're very hard to find in Australia, but some of the tricks it does is just the greatest vehicle. So anyway, I'll do this deal now and come back when we've got this all installed. Okay, here we are back again. In case no one's used a string compressor before, you gotta be really careful with these things. They can go off like an absolute cracker. So get the Team Yellow, the DeWalt underneath it. Don't like DeWalt anymore. That's another video. Most of my tools are being changed over to Milwaukee now, so just let it run out. Very hard to do this holding with videos and bits and pieces, but anyway, all good. Up here under this side, just got to make sure it seats up. There's a rubber seat up here. There's a flange up there that sits in top of the spring. So let's do it slowly, work it around. There we go. So now we get to somewhere there. Give it a bit of a shake, get it seated. These are just $16 spring compressors off eBay, so $16 Australian. Sorry about that, US. Probably $8 US or something. Amazon, you guys love Amazon. This is eBay's a little bit popular with this house around here, so just the biggest thing is to make sure that it seats properly up in the top there. There's, like I said, there's a rubber flange. And there's a part of the chassis that comes down into the rubber flange. I mean, it's a lot of rooting around, but it's well worth it, I think. Oh, there we go. So that's off that side. I think that if you took it to a suspension shop, they'd probably charge you a fortune to do this. Okay, there we go. That's that part. That's the top part there. The bag is in there. The airline comes through the bottom and out to there for the bag. 65 is the height. The plastic block's missing. Where is it? Goodness me, there was a plastic block like I showed before that came up to about there. So in actual fact, we're probably going to pick up about 40 mil, nearly 50 mil, 2 inches, inch and a half. And there we go. It's nicely seated up in the top up there, which you can't see. And that's about as complex as it gets. Next video, it will have... next video, we'll do the on the ground, on the flat, and take it there. So here we go. We're all set. There's the Ute. 2012 Chevrolet Avalanche. I'll do a video on it next time about how good this vehicle really is. There we go, look at that. So I wish I'd taken a video of it previously, but there's the front and there's the rear. It's a little bit high at the moment. I expect it to settle just a smidge, but I'm happy with it higher than lower. She was pretty low in the back, probably another 40 mil lower than the front. So when you load it up, it will probably sink down a bit. Might even settle a little bit, I don't know. Who knows? But I'm pretty happy with the way it is at the moment. So give it a crack. It's not the hardest. If you're a little bit unsure, don't do it, because you're mucking around with suspension, you're mucking around with ABS, you're doing all sorts of things. But you know, if you're a little bit handy, got half an idea, just give it a crack. It's not the hardest job of all time. These wheels are 275 22s, so they're quite a large rim. And what a great truck, seriously. This is probably the best Ute I've ever owned. I've had brand new HSVs, Maloos, I've had other Utes, Trays, all sorts of things. This Ute is absolutely the greatest. Thanks for watching, see you next video.